Hey everybody, it's Christine up today for Simple Stories using their Sun-Kissed collection, which as you would guess is a summer themed collection. So once again, I was drawn to the tag paper, but in today's case, I was drawn to it in a very untraditional manner. So what I am actually going to do is I am going to trim the tags down to be a triangle shape like you see there with that one sitting off by itself. Why? Why in the world would I do this? Well, I like the tag paper. Something that I think is always drawing me to it is there's so many different patterns on it without it being overwhelming because it's got the white space on the bottom of it. And so in a collection like this, it is bright and vibrant. I really wanted to be able to use a lot of the patterns without it just being like overwhelmingly bright. Additionally, I wanted to create the look of a sunshine, and so the triangles would work as sun rays, and so that is what I went with. So now, how did I get all of them to be the same size? Well, I knew what the top point I was going to cut into would be, and so ultimately, I'm going to end up using the ones I do at the beginning as a template to mark where I want to trim. So I know there's the top corners on the top of the tag, and then really the question is where do I want to cut on the bottom. So basically by creating a template, it ensures that they are all the same. It really doesn't matter if yours end up thicker than this or thinner than this or whatever. As long as you can keep them uniform, it's going to end up working. So I'm going to do that with all of the tags on one page, and I'm going to pull out a second sheet of this patterned paper and do all of those as well. And I will have a few left over for extras, but not much. I really needed all of them to be able to create a circular shape, which is going to have a little bit more of a twist to it, as you'll see in a little bit. But definitely, if you want to replicate this, you're going to want 2 copies of this paper, which it's a really great paper to have just because you can use the tags traditionally. Also, whatever's left over. So you don't have to feel like, oh, well, I'll never use that extra scrap. This is like the easiest paper to use up. Now, one of the things that I love about this collection is the blues. It's not really totally your traditional summer colors. It's got primaries mixed in there, which you don't always see in a summer collection. And so I really love that. And of course, you know, I'm a sucker for all bright yellows. And so definitely getting to work with some extra yellows in there was also great. So I am going to use this today to create a boy layout. So I'm, not leaning too heavily on the pinks or any floral patterns, but I'm also not totally shying away from them because the colors in this just really lend themselves to boy or girl layouts. It's not overwhelmingly in one direction or the other. Now, something you don't see me do a ton of is using a really bright base. But today I'm going to. I love this yellow. It just screams summer. And so I'm going for it. I know it's bright. It definitely is bright. But I do think the whites in the tag help calm it down. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, yeah, I've got a really cool idea going here. At the same time, I'm also thinking, how in the world am I going to get these evenly spaced and to form a perfect circle? Because inevitably, even if I think it looks perfect, I'm going to take the picture and be editing it and realize it's not as perfect as I thought, and then I will just be harder on myself than I need to be about this. So, all that said, I end up deciding that it's not going to be perfect, and I'm going to actually set these off kilter as you saw me just do. And you know what? Totally love that look way more than I would have even if I could have gotten the perfect circle and perfect spacing. It looks way more like a sunshine. because, sun rays are uneven. And goodness, it also really helps make the layout work. It's actually a very simple layout in that there's not a lot to it. But by staggering all of these, it just adds to the design in a way and takes it to another level. So totally loving that. And I was pretty haphazard with my placement. I just tried to not have two in a row that were about at the same height. Other than that, it was just go up. Okay, now go down. Okay, now go up and then go back down. Okay, we'll do one in the middle now. So no real like rhyme or reason. It was just personal like, hey, okay, that looks good. Now you saw I've got two pictures here of my son, and I did mat the pictures with some of the blue patterned paper because I just loved the way it looked. And as I mentioned earlier, I really love this shade of blue in a summer collection. I just thought it was fantastic. I am going to overlap my pictures a little bit, and I'm also going to have one higher than the other. Now these are 4x6 photos originally that I trimmed down to be 3.5x5, and then with matting them, obviously I have about 1/4 inch of matting all the way around. So then next I'm going to go ahead and work on adding my title. So I love this big summer, and there are several options within this collection for the word summer, both in bits and pieces and page pieces and stickers, and I mean there was lots of options, so many great options for titles within this collection. But in the end I decided I really liked the foam ones, and so I was going to use summer from the foam sticker set, and you can see I put it there along my pictures, right on top of it in fact. And then I am going to add in some other bits and pieces, and so like the word vibes comes from the bits and pieces. I'm going to add that in so that my title ends up being summer vibes, and then I'm going to add in different icons to create a visual triangle around my pictures. But I do not want it to get too busy, so I'm going to keep my embellishing to a minimum, working that visual triangle around my pictures. I am going to have some embellishments, both bits and pieces, and some stickers on both sides of my title. And then I'm going to add one more little section up to the right-hand side of the pictures. Now, part of the tricky thing with this is picking embellishments that also fit the story. So, like a barbecue grill is not going to work for pictures of my son at the pool. And different things like that definitely want to consider. Also considering the size and scale. So I've got a lot of big stuff going on. So I don't want to put like a teeny tiny pool float on there. I want it to be a good size. And so I'm considering all those things as I look at the bits and pieces and stickers. I love that sunshine, and I feel like it's a decent size proportionately for the layout. I am looking at some of the different journaling bits, just considering what might be useful. I'd love to add some additional words up top, and so I'm just going to sort through, and that'll give you a little peek at what some of those are. And that poolside word piece will work perfectly for what I want to do. And then you can see I've got a beach ball down there. I've got a beach towel down there, just different things like that I am considering. And I'm also going to just bring in some smaller basics. Hearts, stars, those are always, it seems like one of those is always featured in Simple Stories collections, and they're just perfect for adding little details without being a huge part of the layout. And so I will add those as well to my clusters. So again, this is the Sunkissed collection. You saw me work today with the collection kit, the tag paper that is within the collection kit. You saw me work with bits and pieces, foam stickers. I've got the sticker book out right there. Lots of different awesome elements that you can check out over on their website or on scrapbook.com. And it is just a super fun perfect summer collection. And I will link you up to all those things down below. They do also have it with close-ups up on their blog today, so you can check that out as well. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and we will see you again next time.